Hi, my name is Mark T. Cox and I am here to tell you some things that will help you to have a fabulous, independent, freelance, self-employed life. Just like me. So I am a freelance performer, entertainer, cabaret star here in London. I've been working self-employed for about 2 years, and today I'm going to be telling you my 5 tips and things that you should maybe think about before you take the jump to start your fabulous freelance, self-employed, independent life. Does that sound good? Oh, good. Okay. So let's go. Number 1, the first thing we're going to talk about is why? Why do you want to do this? Why do you want to be self-employed? What's the reason? What's the goal? And this might sound a bit expected, but it's really, really important to think about what are the intentions? Why are you doing this? Do you want more time for yourself? Do you want to pursue a passion? Do you want to make more money? Do you want to travel more? Why do you want to work from home more?
I don't think anyone wants to work from home more.
What are the reasons? Write them down and keep them close by and go back to them, reflect on them regularly, because this is going to be hard and there's going to be many, many days where you think, what is the point of all of this? And if you can go back to that list of reasons why you're doing this, you will be driven and pushed forward. My reasons for being self-employed were, first of all, I wanted to have more time to do what I enjoy. I wanted to pursue my passion, which is performing, entertaining people, and I just wasn't having enough time to do that while also holding down a full-time job. My other reason was I wanted more control of my life and my time and my scheduling, and I was tired of 9 to 5, 9 to 6 working hours, Monday to Friday. I just wanted more variety and more independence and control over my time. Most of all, I wanted to pursue my passion, and I wanted to have freedom and time and autonomy over my schedules. So what's your reason? Write them down, whatever those reasons are, because this is going to be hard. I mean, the easiest thing to do is to just stay in your job, keep a full-time salary career. That's easier. It's difficult to be self-employed. So keep your list and reflect on it regularly and remind yourself why you're doing this.
Bitter, I don't know if I like it.
Okay, number 2, what are you going to do? What is the actual work that you're going to carry out in order to persuade people to give you money so that you don't have to go hungry and live in a bin? I should hope if you're watching this video and you're thinking about becoming freelance, you probably have an idea of the thing that you're going to do as your freelance job. If you've no intention of becoming a freelancer and you're just watching this video because I'm very attractive, that's okay as well. Just sit back and enjoy yourself. So what is it you're going to do? Now, if you have a few ideas flying around, get the pen and paper out, make that list and write down all the things that, first of all, you enjoy doing, and then what are you good at? And what are you good enough at in order to persuade people to give you money? So if you want to be a painter, but you're crap at painting, might not be the one for you. So write down all the things that you're good at, and there should be an overlap, and you should find the thing that you're going to do as your freelance career. I have lots of hands in this video. Hello?
It's active communication.
So I don't really care what you're going to do. It doesn't matter. You can be a painter, a mechanic, a web designer, a translator, whatever. Just find something and go with it. So for me, what I enjoy doing is entertaining people, performing. So I knew I wanted to pursue a career as a cabaret star, performer, playing piano, singing, comedy. But that's a little bit uncertain sometimes. So think about diversifying your work streams and getting a little bit of variety in there, just in case that primary main thing doesn't work out and you end up going poor and have to live in a bin. Get your primary, your main passion agreed, and then think about 2 or 3 other side work streams that will complement your business but offer just a little bit of extra income here and there. So for me, number 1 is performing comedy shows, stage, producing cabaret shows. I thought about I like people, I like entertaining, I like talking to people. I also love cities and I love buildings and architecture. So I realized I could be a tour guide as well. Kind of like doing a comedy show, but you're just out on the street and giving actual information instead of nonsense. Then I thought, what else could I do? I like talking to people. I like helping people.
I'm just a good person.
So I stumbled on the idea of teaching English. Now, not formally, just very casually, conversation tutoring. And that's something that I looked into as an extra little income. So now I have my 3 work streams clarified, written down, ready to go. What are yours?
To what?
Number 3, the money. We have to talk about money because if you don't think about money carefully, you're going to end up in the... I'm going to split this section into 2 parts. So this is 3A, and in a minute we're going to have 3B. A is, how much money do I need? This was my revelation when I actually sat down and made a list. I love lists. Made a list of my expenses. I suddenly had a clear idea of exactly how much money I need to survive, and it was a goal, something I could work towards. When you have a job, you earn this much per month and it's yours. Regardless of how much work you do or you don't do, you're going to get that per month. So you get this idea that you need this amount to survive because you find ways to spend it. For me, it was trying to analyze how much money I actually needed, and that gave me something to budget towards. I'm going to make a whole other video later about budgeting and saving money. 3B is, how much money can I make? This is where you need to talk to some people, do some research, and just be honest with yourself. If you have a business plan to make, I don't know, candles and sell them online, great. If those candles cost £20, $20 to make, and then you're selling them for $30 and you have 5 or 6 customers, you're very quickly going to fail and it's not going to work. And we all have those friends who start their own businesses and you're like, this can't go on. So really do some thinking about how much money can I make providing these services to people. Get some friends who do similar kind of work, talk to them, ask them, blag your way into people's lives and just find out how much money they can make. Look at each work stream and think about how much money each one can give you, how often you might be able to get work in each of those. For me, if I do a cabaret show, I might get £50 to sing a song, or I might get £500. But I've no idea how often those gigs might come up. It could be once a week, it could be nothing for 2 months. So it's unpredictable. My other work, tour guiding, is a little bit more predictable. You kind of do it a couple of times per week. You know you're going to get so much money, so it's a little bit steadier. And then English teaching online, which I'll tell you more about again, but the money is really low, but you can do a lot of it. So look at all these income streams. Let's take an example. If you want to be a dog trainer, you're going to charge 50 quid per hour to train a dog. I don't know. But at the start, you mightn't have that many clients. So you might want to have something else lined up where you do some the police. Do some dog grooming, or you do some dog walking. You just work in a pet shop at the weekend. Anything. Make that list. How much money can you earn? Add it up. And if the money that you can potentially earn is more than the money that you're going to spend every month, well then you should be okay. Be honest with yourself, be harsh, be blunt with yourself. Don't underestimate these things. And if it means that you can't be completely freelance at the start, if you have to keep a weekend job or something part-time, that's all right. Be honest so that you don't end up in the shits and you go broke and you have to crawl back to your old job as a failure. Okay, next we have been through the why, we've been through the what are you going to do? We have talked about money. Now we need to start making our plan, start to make our timeline. I love a timeline, I love a schedule. The police I love a schedule, I love a list. So this is very important. You're not going to quit your job today and start to become a freelance person tomorrow, because you need to put some work in and you need to prepare and sow the seeds now, which will then flourish in a little while in the future. I had a full-time job. I was working in architecture for years. I was very steady, stable, doing quite well, but in the back of my mind I was like, I need to do something else. So I wanted to prepare, get ready for this change that was going to come in my life. So I was thinking about becoming freelance for about 6 months before I actually did it. And I would say for the 3 months before I finished my full-time job, I was actively working on making plans and preparing for my new self-employed business. So about 3 months for me. You can do it in shorter or longer. You can do whatever you want. You are you. So you're going to have different businesses and it's going to involve different preparations. But for me, just for the example, I started to prepare my 3 work streams. So 1, cabaret. I started to tidy up my website, prepare better photographs, started to get new posters organized, started to write new material. In my 2nd work stream, which was tour guiding, I started to do lots of research about how to make this work. I looked at all these different tour guide companies, tour buses. You can be a tour guide on a boat, you can do tour guides of museums, but I ended up looking at walking tours of the city, and I was very, very lucky to get a contract with one of those companies. Now, I was lucky, but like I contacted all of them. I did loads of interviews, had to make tapes and pretend that I was giving tours around. This is Buckingham Palace. So it took a lot of work, but I did it and I got a contract. I was lucky. I had a good background knowledge of architecture and cities. But it's a good time during these few months to brush up and improve yourself and get ready, because once you start being freelance, you're going to be busy. So use this time to prepare. And then my 3rd work stream was to do some English tutoring. So I looked at all of these different websites online that you can teach English. I settled on Cambly, which is a nice website. The money is quite low, but you can do as much work as you want. So, there's potential there to earn a bit. During this time as well, you need to decide on the date that you're going to be freelance. You need to put it in the calendar and tell yourself, whatever happens from the 1st of June or the 1st of September, I'm going to be freelance, and it's going to be real. Because if you don't set yourself some kind of a target, you'll just roll on and it'll never happen. If you have a job, obviously you're going to have to quit that job. This is hard and emotional and stressful. If your job has a contract where you have to give a certain amount of time for notice, maybe 1 month, really think about how long you want to give them. I was lucky. I was able to give my job about 2 months notice. That meant that they were quite happy with me. We finished on good terms, and I was able to stay friendly with them and actually do some casual work for them afterwards and pick up little freelance things with the company. Do you want to finish work on Friday and then suddenly be busy with your new business the following Monday? Or do you want to take some time off and then get your calendar out, put in those dates
and get yourself going?
Also, in this time, as an extra, I was looking at other work streams that I might investigate. Acting, I thought about voiceover work, making podcasts, 100 different things. None of them felt right for me, but it could be a good time to just explore some other options so that you're always evolving, diversifying, and making sure that you are adaptable for whatever or whoever might come to mess up your plans. I am so proud you have stuck with this video all the way. We are on to the final tip, number 5.
We've had the what, we've had the who, we've had the cash, we've had the timeline, the schedule.
And now we're on to number 5, tell people. At a certain point, you're going to have to tell people that you are becoming freelance. This is very hard because we're worried about criticism, we're shy, we're worried it's not going to work out. But there is a point, and you fit it into your schedule, you decide where does it go, you're going to have to start talking about this. For me, I held back a little bit at the start. I just didn't want people's opinions. I was busy working away, making my preparations. And when I had everything clear in my mind and I knew, yeah, this is going to work, then I started to tell people. And I was glad I waited, because people will start to question, oh, you know, are you going to be okay? Will you have enough money?
You won't have a pension, you won't have any security, you're going to be hungry.
But if you have your plan in place and you can be confident, then you don't need to listen to those people. And often they mean well. Your parents or your grandparents will be concerned. If you have friends who are very successful and steady and stable, they might have concerns. Get your stuff in order and then start to tell people, and just reassure them that it's all fine. And you can tell them I said, you can tell them Mark said, it's going to be fine. And it will be fine. You can do it. You just have to believe in it and push on, and don't listen to anybody else. As a positive, once you start telling people, you're kind of going to be attracting some customers, because you're going to need as many people as possible to know that you're doing this thing, so that they can either be clients or customers of yours, or they can recommend you to their family. Make a little announcement. Maybe, I put a big post on Facebook, a big emotional long thing, telling everyone how I was changing my life and I'm taking control. It was so cringy, but I'm glad I did it, because everybody saw it and everyone kept me in mind then for when they had a wedding and they needed someone to sing. And take those gigs from your friends, from your family. Don't be embarrassed. Use them. You're going to need your first customers will be friends, and use them, get reviews from them, whatever you need. Once you start to tell people, then you have to do it. You can't go back on it. So you're making yourself accountable, and you are putting a bit of pressure to make sure that you go ahead with this plan. And you'll be surprised once you start to introduce yourself as I'm a freelance cake maker, whatever you are. People just believe it, and it's true, and that's it. You've made it happen.
Oh, congratulations, we're here.
Thank you so much for watching and listening to this nonsense. I hope it's helpful. I am in no position to tell you what to do with your life, but these are just things that I thought about and did while I was preparing to become freelance. And it worked. I'm okay. It's worked out all right. Not perfect, but it's all right. So you can do it. I believe in you. Have confidence. Push through. Don't listen to anyone if they question or doubt you. You can do it. Get in touch, leave a message or a comment, tell me maybe you are freelance or you're starting to think about quitting your job and starting a new life. You could do it. Let me know. I can help or just listen. It's so interesting to hear all of the different things that people do. And if you didn't like this video, just forget about it. Just move on. If you did like it, press a button of your choosing. I will make lots more videos about budgeting and other things that I think are helpful for being freelance. And I might show you a bit more of my life in London, doing shows and tours and bopping around the streets of London town, if you'd like that. Okay, bye bye.